Today I crossed into the Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan. I started the day waking up in a small border town on the India side, just a few meters from the border. Met up with my Bhutanese guide dressed in traditional clothes, then went through border formalities and visa paperwork. And there you have it. Welcome to Bhutan. As per local tradition, I was given a white scarf as a gift upon arrival. For my journey here, I've partnered up with Bhutan Travel Center, who organized everything and will be showing me around the country. The most mountainous country in the world, and where the constitution mandates that at least 60% of the land area must remain under forest cover at all times. So no wonder we had such a scenic drive. Though as a foreigner I had to get out at every checkpoint and get a stamp. We made a lunch stop on the way where I had a traditional dish of potatoes and cheese with rice and chilies, then continued along where we went through this magnificent gate. You can just tell this whole place is steeped in culture. 6 hours of driving later, we arrived in the capital, Thimphu. I got checked into the hotel where it had beautiful Bhutanese patterns, then went for a walk around the neighborhood. Looks pretty chill for a capital. And concluded with a healthy veg dinner. Days 2 and 3 in the Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan. We started the morning on a hike filled with Buddhist flags and overlooking the capital city, until we reached this beautiful monastery, the first of many, with those colorful prayer wheels. We also saw takin, Bhutan's national animal, which is a goat-cow hybrid. As you drive through the city, you notice almost every building follows the same traditional style. Even hospitals like this one. We visited a giant Buddha statue, then the local heritage museum, which is like a crash course in Bhutanese culture. They taught us some local dances, then I practiced archery, which is the national sport. And by the way, no traffic lights here, just this officer in the middle gracefully guiding the flow. The next day, we drove into the countryside, passing over a mountain pass in the clouds. And I was lucky to witness the Rhododendron Festival, with masked men dancing in elaborate costumes celebrating the blooming of the flowers across the country. Then we arrived to a special village where penises are drawn everywhere to bring good luck and fertility. And here's some ejaculation for good measure. Good fertility. We had an open buffet lunch overlooking the valley, then went to this dzong. There's one found in every district and is half monastery, half administrative center. Okay, enough sightseeing. Time to settle in a place to sleep. And what better place than a homestay in a traditional house with a lovely host. And I loved my room, where I put my bags, then played with the village kids who were super excited to show me around. Days 4 and 5 in the Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan. I woke up in this artistic room in a traditional homestay in the countryside. After having breakfast and tea, we bid farewell to our lovely host who welcomed us with open arms. Driving along the valley, we came across a peculiar plant. The stinging nettle, which feels electric when you touch it, and I felt its effects for hours after. We reached a chill village, and immediately went inside its majestic monastery. Not long after taking a walk, we were drawn to monks practicing the Tibetan trumpet. And before you know it, I found myself socializing with the lead monk teacher during lunchtime. I think they were as curious about me as much as I was about them. We then went for a walk in nature to a beautiful valley, where we came across a local farmer just sitting there and weaving his bamboo basket. He was very inviting and I just couldn't resist but to sit there with him. We exchanged information on our polar opposite backgrounds, and he couldn't believe some pictures I showed him from Egypt. Also couldn't believe how long my beard was. And in this valley is where we slept in yet another traditional homestay. Yep, and even more penises on the front door for good fertility. We had a very fun evening with the local hosting family and even played games with the little daughter. After waking up to this beautiful view the next morning, we bid farewell and drove for 6 hours. I got checked into a hotel, then went out for a random walk. I noticed some locals playing an ancient Tibetan dice game. I was happy they invited me to watch, even though I had no idea what was going on. Days 6 and 7 in the Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan. We started at 6 a.m. for a 2-hour hike to Bhutan's most iconic landmark, the Paro Taktsang, a Buddhist monastery that's dramatically located on the cliffside. After going back down through the forest, it was time to Bhutan suit up, as they wrapped me in this traditional robe called go. It's the Bhutanese equivalent of a suit, as that's what men wear on formal occasions. We continued by visiting the local dzong, and every time I'm in one of those, I'm just in awe. Of the architecture, of the Buddhist monks, of the energy. I spent the evening doing my best to learn how to write in local language, and even send a few postcards home thanks to my tour company. The next day, we had a long drive ahead of us. First over this highest road in the country at 4,000 meter altitude, passing by the only international airport, which, you know by now, not for me. Then 6 more hours, including going through some clouds, back to the border with India, where immigration officers were kinda lost on what to do with me. I don't think they're used to foreigners here. Oh, tuk-tuks, I'm back in India, alright. I boarded a 3-hour bus to somewhere, then a 15-hour sleeper train, in my quest to go to the very far northeast where very few tourists go, and was astonished by what I saw. More on that in the next episode.